Radical Radio Collective.
Good afternoon, grubbies. You're tuned into 4ZZ 102.1 FM. This is Eco Radio, Australia's longest running peace and environment radio show, probably. We're taking over your middle of the day, middle of the week airwaves. Start of the month, pinch and a punch. My name is Dave. My pronouns are he, him.
My name is Zack. My pronouns are he, they.
And I want to start off by acknowledging and paying my respects to the custodians on the country in which we broadcast. We're located in the city Mungangin on Turrbal, Yugga and Yugambal land. I also want to acknowledge and pay my respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people who are listening in today. Our radio waves reach Cubby Cubby and Yinambara country in the north, Waka Waka country in the west. In the east, we pay our respects to the Quandamooka people, and down south we reach the Commonwealth, Nagaragwal, Munjali, Wanjera, Yumbe and Bunjalung countries. Thank you to No Idea for all the fantastic ideas. I really enjoyed the bat talk. I'm always interested in hearing about what bats are doing, getting drunk, partying, whatever.
As only bats should. Or shouldn't, I suppose, is what the point of the science they were showing us was.
Yeah, no, they shouldn't.
Yeah, unless they want to.
I mean, yeah, it's their choice. Unless they're being forced to by the scientists. Well, today on the show, we're going to be talking about some news. And I'll also bring you an interview that we're doing with Queensland Water and Land Carers Vice Chair Michael Bond, who's going to be on the line soon. I'm also going to start off calling our listeners grubbies. What do you think about this, Zack? Every time someone wants to text in or send in an opinion, we'll join the family of grubbies.
I'm pretty indifferent on it.
You're indifferent. Well, we love to get a bit dirty and get into the muck of nature. So if there's any grubbies out there who want to text in, our text number is 0420626733. Yesterday on Brighten the Corners, Ian has been getting Luke Barger, our sponsorship guru, in to come on his show and explain some cool thing in the world. Yesterday, Luke was talking about moles and their mating habits. Mm-hmm. However, I was afraid that Luke was going to overlook the best thing about animals mating, which is their weird genitals.
There are a lot of weird genitals out there.
There's so many weird genitals. This is what Luke had to say.
What Adele would want to know most is how do moles mate? And so that's what we're looking into. And moles is in general. And so that's looking into it with Luke.
So Chinchilla has texted in, how do moles mate, and just furry underground action, ?
Well, interestingly, there is some furry underground action. So I didn't really know too much about moles, but they live underground, they're kind of blind, and they're, in their normal life, very sort of territorial. They have their little underground patch.
See, that's a good start. Mm-hmm. Getting some background on moles, true moles.
True moles.
True moles.
There are two other groups of false moles out there.
Yeah. The true moles are Talpidae. Mm-hmm. That's their family. So let's continue on with Luke's mole talk.
Where they dig around searching for worms and insects and weird looking little animals.
Wow. Well, Dave Whitfield, who's one of the hosts of Eco Radio.
Oh, yes. Hello, Dave.
Has asked to, this is like I don't know, this is adult-oriented question here. I'm just going to go ahead and read it. Dave asked, the text line, this is Dave Whitfield, what type of penis does a mole have?
Oh, I should have looked it up because that didn't even...
Interesting, Dave, that you would ask that question.
Yeah,
it is interesting because moles have, animals, all sorts of animals, have weird genitals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why... Ian found that such a weird thing to ask.
You know, there's some species of beetles that you can only really identify by looking at their penis, right, and dissecting it. So
right,
yeah, that's how important they are.
Yeah. Yeah, sex organs are very important to animals.
Because I do know, an echidna has a very strange looking penis down there.
So,
I'll just
An echidna has a 5-pronged penis, in fact. It's prehensile. That's so weird.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
Let's do some searching for you now.
You don't have to if you don't want. But
it looks like a sausage without a skin with a very long tip.
Wow, thank you, Dave.
There you go. Thanks, Dave.
Really appreciate that, Dave. Yes.
I actually really enjoyed that description. A sausage without its skin.
I mean, there's a whole group of people whose penises are like that too, right?
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Something that I did a little look myself just this morning.
Yeah, for research.
For actual research, Zack. There is another interesting thing about mole genitals.
Yeah.
Some female moles have ovotestes.
Whoa.
These are gonads with testicular and ovarian tissue.
It's cool.
And that's the females have that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's not something we see too often in invertebrates, at least, because there's like in mammals, because quite a lot of fish have it like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Or like they've got sequential hermaphroditism going, which is when they're male and then turn female and female turn male,
depending on the environment, on what they need to do.
Yeah, or like some can go both ways. Or there's the cases of like lots of snails which are true hermaphrodites, so they have their male and female sexual reproduction organs at the same time, or the cells. But yeah, cool to see it in mammals.
In mammals, yeah. All right, well, that was a little bit of genital news for everyone. Maybe we'll make that a more regular segment. You're listening to 4ZZZ. This is Eco Radio. On the line now, we have Michael Bond. He's the Vice Chair of Queensland Water and Land Carers. Michael, thank you so much for joining us.
Good afternoon. Great to be here.
So I guess we just start off with, what is Queensland Water and Land Carers?
We are Queensland's land care organisation. Each state has a land care organisation. Most states call them, Land Care Victoria or Land Care New South Wales. We're a bit different up here. I guess in recognition that it's not just about land care, it's also about waterways and coast care. We are called Queensland Water and Land Carers. So we have over 500 member organisations across the state doing incredible volunteer work right across the state. And they incorporate over 50,000 volunteers doing this magic environmental work. Mm-hmm. So we're sort of, we try and do our best to support them. We network, we advocate for them. For example, recently we appeared before the state government inquiry into volunteering and gave, our point of view about how volunteering could be assisted in Queensland. We're probably best known for providing all of those groups comprehensive insurance cover at no cost, without which probably most of them would waste their time fundraising.
Yeah, Queensland Water and Land Care also provides help with administration for member groups. This bureaucracy often gets overlooked, but how important is that for small environmental groups?
Yeah, look, it's essential. People put their hand up in this space because they want to do great things outdoors for the environment or for wildlife, for biodiversity, all the important things. They don't necessarily want to be sitting behind a computer doing, spending their volunteer hours doing admin. So we provide support in that regard by way of advice. So you can ring our CEO, Darryl Ebenezer, and he is well known throughout the state to provide really good advice about, all sorts of administrative stuff. But also on our website we have a toolbox with great policy, draft policies, draft guidance on how to run a small volunteer organisation.
Yeah, because I feel like that bureaucracy is hard to get your head around at the best of times.
It's not why they put their hand up. That's right.
No. In August, Queensland Water and Land Care has celebrated 21 years of support for environmental groups. What are some of the achievements that you guys are most proud of?
Look, we had a wonderful birthday bash, and rarely is it about us. And in fact, it isn't about us. We are, I see an upside down tree here. I see 500 plus organisations right across the state, from Cape York down to the border, doing wonderful work, and we're at the bottom of that tree, supporting where we can. So, really, we look to our when we celebrated our birthday, we were talking. We had member organisations across the state talking about their achievements. That's, we're in the background here, trying to do our best to support where required.
Yeah. I mean, on a personal level, you're also a member of Save Our Waterways Now, which is a fantastic group at Patton Park there. What makes you want to be invested in helping the environment?
Yeah, look, I think, I pull weeds with the best of them. And Save Our Waterways Now has been around even longer than we have. Queensland Water and Land Care has. And it's a great organisation in the Enoggera catchment, sort of an umbrella group that sits over another 14 volunteer groups. So if you walk along Enoggera Creek in Brisbane, or any catchment in Brisbane, there are innumerable catchment groups looking after those waterways, weeding, allowing native plants to revegetate. And why is that important? Well, it's because one of the things it does is reduce sediment going into Moreton Bay. And if you go further north, in the Mary catchment, etc., then it's about reducing sediment going into the Great Barrier Reef. Yeah. So these things are really, really important. And, sitting behind all this is climate change. And these things are really important for climate change as well.
Yeah, I guess really important for the adaptation that we're having to face at the moment. What do you see as the biggest threat to our environment?
Look, I think I've just mentioned it. Climate change is here, and it is going to require all of our efforts, both individually and collectively. A huge volunteer effort, not only to adapt, but also, we can still prevent every tenth of a degree change makes such a difference to the world that's coming. So I think that is the environmental crisis of our time.
So can you tell me how people can get involved with Queensland Water or Land Carers, or if they are a small environmental group that needs insurance, how they can get that started?
Yeah, wonderful questions. So if you're a member of a volunteer group and you haven't signed up to us, then I would say get in touch. Our website is QWALC, so Queensland Water and Land Carers, .org.au, and it's free to join us if you're a group. If you're an individual and you want to volunteer, then you can also hop onto that website, and there's an interactive map there, and you can point to where you live in Queensland, and up will spring innumerable groups that are so diverse. We have groups that are focused on wildlife, so we've got butterfly groups, koala groups, platypus groups, legless lizard group. We've got groups that I've already mentioned that look after our catchments. We've got Indigenous groups. We've got community gardens. So we've talked about the environment. That's half of it. The other half is equally important, and this is about community. Yeah. This is about neighbour meeting neighbour, about teenager finding a purpose, a retiree finding a community, someone with all abilities, other abilities, finding that they can contribute in an important way in a safe environment. All these groups are out there, and they would love you to be a part of it. It is just magic to feel. And, my role, I just get around to as many as I can, and it's just wonderful out there in terms of embracing all abilities, all volunteers, get amongst it.
Yeah.
That map. There is one right next door to you.
Yeah, absolutely. We try to shout out to a bunch of groups every week, but to have a purpose-built list on your website is such an important resource.
Look,
Sorry, thanks very much for joining us, Michael.
my great pleasure.
I really enjoyed this chat.
Yep, thank you very much, and all the best to everyone.
All right. That was Michael Bond, Vice Chair of Queensland Water and Land Carers. You're listening to 4ZZZ on Eco Radio.
Paradigm Shifts podcast is available online and via your favourite podcasting app, challenging the assumptions of our current society to investigate alternative ways of living for a world based on justice, solidarity and sustainability. Tune in to the Paradigm Shift podcast. Just search The Paradigm Shift for ZZZ.
Welcome back, Grubbies. You're on 4ZZZ. My name is Dave.
My name's Zack.
And we got a text in from one of our favourite grubbies, Mossman Andy. Andy said to identify some bat species, it requires close examination of their penile members. Yeah, right. If you want to put in bat penis into your search engine of choice, that's up to you. But it's very funny.
Do it on a work computer.
yeah. Do it in the library. But yeah, it is a funny little image gallery. If you want to become a part of our part of the Grubbies, the new Eco Radio listener group, you can go to 4zzz.org.au/support and become a subscriber. That will get you warm in a glow. But this month, you can also go in the running to win an October prize, a spectacular prize pack from Berserk. That's treating you to $500 packed with creepy, kooky and delightful ghoulish goodies. Wave texted in and he asked, what is a grubby? A grubby's a person that just likes to get a bit dirty, likes to dig in the mud, maybe look at bugs. Zack on the weekend went paddling in a creek as a little grubby and found a longfin eel.
I also found a dragonfly naiad that was the adult dragonfly was moving out from its juvenile exoskeleton.
Nice.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah. Do you know if dragonflies, they don't, it's not a cocoon, it's just a formation.
Yeah, it's so they have the juvenile stage and then those wings develop in their juvenile stage, and then once they get rid of their old exoskeleton once again, that's when their wings emerge.
That's when they pop out.
Yeah, so there's two kind of main groups within insects. You've got Hemimetabolus, which are the ones that the juveniles kind of resemble the adult but without wings. And then you've got Holometabolus, which is for things like ants, beetles, wasps, where they have a larval stage, then they go into their pupal stage, and then they emerge as an adult, and pretty often the caterpillar looks very, very different to the butterfly.
Yeah. That's so you saw that process. That's pretty special.
Yeah.
Do you feel like a really special grubby?
I'd seen it before, so it hadn't really any changes in my feelings there.
Well, Wave loves to be a grubby, so there's plenty of reasons to join 4ZZZ and become part of the family. Another great reason to become a subscriber is you'll get early access and discounted tickets to fantastic Z50 gigs. I know Gig City is coming up. There's posters for it all around. You get to see Custard and Garigula. That's going to be sick. The Z50 show is quickly approaching. I think that's the 25th of October. where you'll get to see the Saints and Regurgitator and Butterfingers, all these great Brizzy bands. So yeah, join 4ZZZ, become a grubby to Eco Radio, and just enjoy the warm inner glow of becoming a subscriber. Head to 4zzz.org.au/support for that. Because, we like to get involved in the community. Zach, have you seen the ads for Nova?
No.
There's a few posters that are close to the studio here, and their new tagline is, "Don't think, just Nova."
What's Nova?
It's a radio station.
Okay, yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. Isn't that wild? It's like, I don't know, it's like insulting their listeners, I think. But
the only no you should be doing is knowing about no idea. I don't know, that's how I was tying it into. Anyway.
Yeah, but we do think we might not be artificial intelligence, we might be organic stupidity, but we do still think. And thinking has lent me to got a text in from Chinchilla asking, can I be a grubby too? Yes, of course. Anyone who listens to 4ZZZ is a grubby just by osmosis. If you want to be a grubby like Chinchilla and Wave, then become a subscriber and I'll be able to know your name. Let's jump into some news.
You're listening to Eco Radio on 4ZZZ 102.1 FM. Everything's connected.
Everything is connected.
Everything is connected.
And I'm going to talk about the algal bloom. Let's check in on the South Australian algal bloom that has really been just a huge issue. So for those that are not familiar with this story, earlier this year in March, beachgoers began to report problems with their health. And then high amounts of dead marine life were washing up on South Australian beaches. One of the culprits is a thing called Karenii mikimotoi, and the friendly neighbourhood marine scientist Peter is going to kill me for that pronunciation. But it's an algae that can cause flu-like symptoms, including skin rashes and respiratory systems in humans. But to sea creatures, it can damage their gills, essentially drowning them. So why has this algae decided it's a good time to bloom this year? Some scientists aren't sure about the reason, but think that it's a combination of flooding and climate. In 2022 and 2023, the Murray River saw flooding that washed nutrient-rich soil into the ocean from farmland. However, University of Adelaide soil and water scientist Luke Mosley said discharge from the major flooding event played little or no role in creating the harmful bloom. After the flooding in 2023 and 2024, a cold upwelling brought nutrient-rich water to the surface in the ocean. And in September 2024, a marine heatwave began, which saw temperatures rise to 2.5 degrees Celsius above normal levels. So this gives the Karenii algae the perfect conditions to start multiplying. Although the government thought the bloom would dissipate in winter, it has continued to grow and now covers a quarter of the South Australian beaches. It's pretty devastating, actually, to see all the creatures litter the beach. You can go and find photos of this. Citizen scientists have recorded more than 32,000 dead animals. That's from 480 different species, and they include, fish, manta rays. There have been also sharks, and a dolphin, although it is not conclusive that the algal bloom or the lack of fish killed the dolphin. They're not sure. So this is this isn't the only algal bloom affecting sea life, though. America is currently dealing with one of the largest harmful algal blooms ever recorded along Southern Californian coast. And this is the fourth year in a row that they have dealt with a bloom like this. This year has led to the illness and deaths of thousands of marine mammals and birds, including California sea lions, common dolphins, and a confirmed case in at least 2 species of whales. In the Shandong province of China, an algal bloom called Ulva prolifera blankets the coastline. Scientists are warning that the toxic algal blooms are a growing international threat due to climate change and environmental degradation. The Guardian's Tory Shepherd spoke to Dr. Donald Anderson, the director of the United States National Office for Harmful Algal Bloom. He's at the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution. Dr. Anderson warns that climate change is having a huge effect on algal blooms. He said there is a dangerous bloom on an Alaskan coast, which is a pristine and cold environment. Anderson said that marine heat waves are a stress test for the future because what we see today in a heat wave is what we'll experience every day in 20 years' time. Unfortunately, there isn't much we can do about the algal bloom in South Australia. Scientists are calling for more funding for monitoring. There's a Chinese and Korean, or in China and Korea, they spray a modified clay into algal blooms that cause them to clump and sink. We can pump air into the water to make bubble curtains to stop it from moving, or we can use algicides. We can restore seagrass that contain algacidal bacteria, or we could restore shellfish reefs that act as filters. But in June, the South Australian and Commonwealth governments announced a $28 million algal bloom support package that included grants to fisheries and aquaculture businesses, financial counselling, mental health support, beach cleaning, and an early detection system of coastal monitors. In August, the federal government promised again another $6.25 million, of which $2 million will go to enhance CSIRO monitoring and data collection of marine heat waves, and $250,000 of that will go towards algal bloom-related research through the National Environmental Science Program. Unfortunately, at the moment, the only thing that really is getting done is that 500 tonnes of dead marine life is being composted and used in gardens across South Australia. That's all that's happening with the algal bloom in South Australia and the world, actually.
I'm glad the marine life is being used for something at least, rather than just sitting there.
Yeah, no, that's a good silver lining.
Yeah, I mean, it's suboptimal, but yeah, making, I suppose, the best out of a bad situation. Yeah,
and they say there's nothing toxic about the fish, or the oysters for that matter. But if you were to eat them, that you should be aware that this toxic algal bloom is around.
So yeah, don't go and munch on any fish you see down on the shoreline.
No, and swimming is going to be affected as well. Yeah, so it can cause respiratory problems and rashes and things. Yeah, so big problem, and they're saying that this is a precursor. This is a thing that we're going to be seeing a lot more of. It's not looking good. I know when I grew up, we knew about the blue-green algae problems.
What was that, sorry?
So the blue-green algae was a big problem within river systems.
Was it in Wivenhoe Dam for quite some time?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I just remember there was something about
something tickled your memory synapse.
Yeah, something relating to algal blooms in Wivenhoe Dam, maybe from 15 years ago.
Yeah. So yeah, there was problems like that before, but this is the first one that I think, or the biggest one that has happened on the coastline.
Yeah.
So that's some news for you there. Have you got anything for me, Zach?
So this isn't a particularly big news story, but at the moment there has been a petition uploaded to the Queensland Parliament requesting the House, so the government essentially, to divest from, boycott and sanction all businesses from Israel and Israel itself. If you search boycott Israel Queensland Parliament in any search engine, the first option there should be able to take you to that petition, and it might not do much at all, but it's better than nothing.
It's better than nothing. We got to do what we can.
Plus, like, if I get put on some kind of registry for putting my name on it, badge of honour, I say.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I'm going to be on some police list, maybe.
Yeah. All right. We got a few texts in talking about let's get grubby. Andy texted in saying, didn't Dirt Girl say let's get grubby? And I've had a look. Dirt Girl is a children's program, and she most definitely says let's get grubby. See, everything's connected in eco radio land, in the environmental land. Stephen texted in and said that he's been getting a lot of ticks exploring Ipswich bushland, and is saying that he might start trying doggy treatments to get rid of them. When I worked in the bush regeneration, we used to get ticks all the time, and I don't know what could stop them. I tried freezing them off with like a freezing solution thing. All that did, well, that got rid of the tick. It also left me with a scar.
Your war wounds.
Yeah. There isn't much I can help out with that. Maybe tea tree oil will help, like as a masking, because they'd be attracted to your smell. I'm not a big help with that, unfortunately.
Did you know that tick bites can make you allergic to red meat?
Yeah, so this is part of the what virus is it called?
I don't know. Not Lyme disease.
Yeah, no, because we don't
have that.
Allegedly, we don't have Lyme disease in Australia, but we have diseases that look or create the same symptoms but aren't called that.
Yeah, maybe they were very sneaky and it's spelled Lime rather than Lyme.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I can't help with that, Stephen, but as a grubby, you will definitely come across lots of creepy crawlies, and I hope that most of them are cool.
Most of them are cool.
Yeah, most of them are cool. Let's do a thing that I like to call the Bushcare Roundup. This is our weekly events and volunteering opportunities that grubbies can get involved with in the environment in and around southeast Queensland, and it goes a little something like this.
It's a Bushcare Roundup. They've been pulling out weeds and then they put in trees. It's the Bushcare Roundup.
All right, happening Thursday the 2nd, that's tomorrow, of October. at 3 p.m, you can go to Nestbox monitoring at Maroochy Regional Bushland Botanical Garden. That's in Tanawha.
I'm not sure how it's pronounced because I know WH and Maori language is pho.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if it was in New Zealand, it would likely be pronounced Tanawha.
Yeah.
So it's Tanawha for the listeners out there.
Yeah, I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's around the Little Creek Mountain on the Sunshine Coast sort of area.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Spring Mountains south.
Yeah.
Well, let's go with Tanawha. Cool. Friday the 3rd at 8 o'clock, you can go to the Archerfield Wetlands Bushcare Working Bee. That's at the Archerfield Wetlands in Durack.
On Saturday the 4th at 8 a.m, there is the Habitat for Platypus Community Planning Day. That one is at 91 Coes Creek Road in Burnside. From 8:30 till 9:30, there is the Bowie's Flat Bushcare. That one is at the Bowie's Flat Wetlands in Coorparoo. Then from 4 till 5:30, there is a Short-Beaked Echidna Walk and Talk in Logan, and that one is at the Springwood Girl Guides Hut in Springwood.
I actually saw a spoonbill bird down at Bowie's Flats the other week. It's really interesting to be able to in these residential areas have things like spoonbills and pelicans and things. I know that the talk and bushwalking happened in at the Oxley Creek Common Sunday just been, and they had a huge range of bird life spotted there, including spoonbills and pelicans and red-bellied blacksnake.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Well, if people didn't know, Brisbane was predominantly like a swamp/wetland region before it got leveled and we made these cities, and so we've removed all of their habitat.
Yeah.
So have some empathy for the ibises who now have to
pick through our bins.
Yeah.
All right, happening Sunday the 5th at 7 o'clock early in the morning. You can go to Anstead Bushland Reserve Bushcare. That's Anstead Bushland Reserve if you could have guessed, Anstead. At 7:45, you can go to the October Bush Ramble, a journey from Oyster Point to Toondah Harbour. That's starting at Oyster Point in Cleveland. At 8 o'clock, you can go to the Hanlon Park Bushcare Working Bee. That's Hanlon Park in Stones Corner. And at 3 o'clock, you can go to the Bridgewater Park Bushcare Working Bee. That's Bridgewater Park in Springfield.
On Wednesday the 8th at 7:30, there is the Success Street Bushcare, and that one is at the corner of Success Street and Beatty Road in Acacia Ridge.
And that's all we've got time for. That is our Bushcare Roundup. And I'm glad that all of our grubbies could join us today and get in on some environmental news and current affairs. To go out with today, I'm going to play a song from the 4ZZZ archives. I asked Kate, our librarian, to give me something classical 4ZZZ to celebrate our 50 years. I just want to hear some more history from 4ZZZ. So Kate was generous enough to spend some time looking through the archives and picked a song called Pim Pom Pam by Fur. So if there's any old Z heads out there that have been listening to 4ZZZ since 1994, you'll recognise this song. And it's such a great way to continue on our 4ZZZ journey, heading towards Sonic Aliens with the coolest cat on radio, Jordan, today, over in Studio 2. Let's kick it off with this track, Fur with Pim Pom Pam. You've been listening to 4ZZZ. See you later, grubbies.
4ZZZ. Radical Radio Collective.
4ZZZ.